Johnny Connor takes over the Rovers return and changes its name as Eileen Grimshaw returns to the Cobbles to a pile of shocks. The Cobbles are set for some major shake-ups in upcoming storylines. Soon-to-be-shown scenes will see Chesney Brown prepare to confess his love to Gemma Winter only for her ex Henry Newton to return. Asking for a second chance to make their romance work, he promises the pair will buy the Rovers return together and turn it into a cocktail bar. This however doesn't go to plan according to the son, who say bereaved dad Johnny Connor will end up taking over as landlord after missing out on inheriting his late son Aidan Connor's underworld factory. Johnny is interested in buying the Rovers as it was tragically the final time he saw his son alive before he took his own life. It is said Johnny will have some major plans for the place and begins with a name change. Changing the Rovers Return-In's name to the Rovers ending in a Z, he plans to install a new flashing neon sign outside notifying his neighbors of the name change. The legendary hot pot is also set for the chop as he replaces it with gastropub food on the menu. As the local residents begin to protest, they beg Johnny to stop making changes and restore the Rovers back to its original and former glory. Another shock is on the way for the Weatherfield residents as their disgraced old friend and neighbor Eileen Grimshaw makes a shock return. Eileen was last seen beating a hasty retreat from the Cobbles to begin a new life in Bristol with Nicola and Zach Rubinstein. The trauma from serial killing legend Sir Patrick James Phelan proved more than enough to set the trio running for the hills. Fear not, Eileen is back where she belongs after just a few weeks, and she is on top form after recharging her batteries. Eileen's ex-boss Steve McDonald has spent weeks concealing the trouble Ali Franklin has been causing after she moved herself into number 11 with her son Seb Franklin. When Steve sees Abby with the police while she is reporting a customer at the Webster's garage for having drugs in the car, he fears the ex-prisoner mum is back at her worst again and puts in a call to fearsome Eileen. As Steve helps Abby and Seb clean their house to apologize, a raging Eileen returns home on the warpath and is stunned by all the secrets and lies kept from her. Finding out Abby has been putting off buyers and pretending it's her home to get her kids back from social services is the least of Eileen's worries, as she is left reeling by the news that Steve is marrying evil Tracy Barlow for a third time. Hell-bent on saving Steve, Eileen makes it her personal mission to destroy his toxic relationship. As Steve begs Eileen not to make Abby and Seb homeless, she blackmails him. Either he ends his engagement or the Franklin family will be on the streets. Eileen begins to rally the troops as she and Evelyn corner Steve and demand he sees he is making the biggest mistake of his life. As Tracy walks in, she is left raging to see Eileen of all people is criticizing her relationship. Will the Rovers return ever be the same again? Will the legendary name and hot pots ever be restored to their former glory? Will Abby get her children back, or will she and Seb become homeless with Sean Tully? Will Steve and Tracy make it down the aisle to the already doomed wedding? Thanks for watching SoapBuster, YouTube's daily soap news and spoilers show.